Welcome to online lectures by CA Studies. For more lectures online, please do visit castudies.lk.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to learn LKS 16, Property, Plant and Equipment. Financial statement item is non-current asset. Non-current asset, only tangible non-current asset. So all the tangible non-current asset recognized in the financial statement. So asset recognized in balance sheet. So all the non-current asset recognized in the balance sheet should be followed through this LKS 16. Okay, let's talk about LKS 16, tangible non-current asset. In your study pack, it is tangible non-current asset. Your exam will be based on study pack released by the Chartered Institute. That's why I will take the study pack and explain you, right? Students still can't understand where we have to get the notes for your examination, right? Your examination will be conducted based on your study pack. Lecturers giving the his own notes, right? Students also like to take the easiest notes. So some lectures are giving the easiest notes and lecturing giving the own notes, students studying his notes, but students going to face the exam that is based on the study pack. Students never seen the study pack, but going for the exam that is based on the study pack. So that is totally wrong. That's why in chartered accountancy, many students are still can't understand how we have to face the exam. Chartered Institute clearly saying we are going to conduct the exam based on the study pack. Lecturer also has to give the study pack notes, right? Therefore, go with the study pack note. Definitely, you will be passed with the good marks, right? Tangible non-current asset. Standard for tangible non-current asset is LKS 16, property, plant and equipment. But in your level, standards are not not very much welcome by exam, because in your level this is a closed book exam. But standards are you should definitely learn the standard. But exam is a closed book exam, therefore you have to remember everything. But in corporate level it's open book. Financial accounting, financial reporting and governance subjects open book. There you should know the standards, right? That's why I also want to give the standards guidelines, right? According to tangible non-current asset standard, that's LKS 16. First topic we have to learn how to classify the capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. Capital expenditure, revenue expenditure. Capital expenditure means expenditure which is incurred, right? Capital expenditure means expenditure which is incurred on assets. That asset should be non-current asset. Revenue expenditure is on expense. That is expense. So once capital expenditure recognized, right? Recognized, it will be allocated to expenditure each year. For example, say purchasing the building. Purchasing the building. Building cost is say 40 million. Say lifetime of the building also 40 years. So lifetime of the building is 40 years. Building cost is 40 million. So this building will be used by the company or business for next 40 years. So based on the useful lifetime, the building cost should be allocated. So this building cost 40 million will not be allocated to 1 year and deducting from the profit. It should be gradually, step by step, have to include it under the expenses as a depreciation. So that will be capital expenditure nature is that, right? Capital expenditure will be recognized as an asset, right? Based on the standards guideline, depreciation will be charged. For example, if building lifetime is 40 years, but this businessman purpose is, right, close this business by 10 years. So after 10 years this business will not be there, but after 10 years we have recognized the building expenditure only 10 million per year, 1 million. So 10 years 10 million, balance 30 million. That business has not reduced that expenditure from the profit. Therefore in this type, right, in this time we have to take a lower of lifetime of the building or lifetime of the business. So 10 year will be the depreciation rate. Okay, now I have told capital expenditure will be spent on assets, revenue expenditure spent on expense, right? Now take this question, right? Question in page number 4, right? State whether each of the following items should be classified as capital or revenue expenditure or income for the purpose of preparing the statement of profit or loss and the statement of financial position. So this should be, I have to categorize whether this expenditure is capital expenditure, or revenue expenditure. Capital expenditure means expense, cash outflow will be asset. Then year by year, if standard allows, we recognize as the expenditure. So that is capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure means one money spent, we charge to profit or loss, not gradually. One time we will charge. So that is revenue expenditure, right? In the question it says, state whether each of the following items should be classified as capital or revenue expenditure or income for the purpose of preparing the statement of profit or loss and statement of financial position for the business. First one is the purchase of property. Example, an office building. What is that? Actually this is a capital expenditure, right? So purchasing office building, right? Office building is capital expenditure. First one is right. Second one is the annual depreciation of such a property. Annual depreciation of such a property. What is this now? What is that now? First one is office building. Office building we took as capital expenditure. Now purchasing office building will go to the balance sheet. If anything go to the balance sheet means balance sheet will be divided into assets and liability, right? Asset and liability, asset and equity and liability, right? Asset, equity and liability. Capital expenditure means that expense should be come under the non-current asset. Once building purchase, right, we will recognize in year. So it's come to balance sheet. Therefore it's a capital expenditure. Next one says depreciation of the building. So the depreciation will go not to balance sheet. It is go to P&L. P&L under Under P&L there is a sales, the minus cost of sales. Now gross profit, expense. Under the expense, admin expense there, selling and distribution expense there, other expense there, finance expense there. After total expense deducted, net profit will be there. So depreciation come to balance sheet or profit or loss? Profit or loss. So depreciation will be revenue expenditure. Depreciation will be revenue expenditure. Depreciation. What is next? Solicitors' fees in connection with the purchase of such property. Solicitors' fees in connection with the purchase of the property, office building, this building. So this building cost recognized in the non-current asset will not include only purchase price, right? Legal cost, then other any related cost which is related to purchase of the building will be cost of the building, right? We'll learn next. At the moment, solicitor's fee, right? Solicitor's fee should be recognized as the cost of the building, right? Therefore, that is also solicitor's fee connected to purchase of building. That is also capital expenditure. What is next? The cost of the adding extra storage capacity to mainframe computers used by the business. What is that? The cost of the adding extra storage capacity to a mainframe computer used by the business. Mainframe computer is different type of computer, right? In that, extra storage capacity of the computer will be increased. According to LKS 16, any cost can be recognized as an asset if the future economic benefit or capacity of the asset will be increased and lifetime of the asset also will be increased. Now that can be recognized as an asset. If any cost recognized as an asset, it should be capital expenditure. So that also capital expenditure. Cost of adding extra capacity of mainframe computers. What is next? Computer repair and maintenance cost. Computer repair and maintenance cost. Once computer get repaired, right, its capacity or its lifetime may be reduced. When repair cost, maintenance cost done, that computer will come to the previous condition. So in that context, the capacity or the lifetime of the computer will not be increased. It's come to the same level or come to the same capacity. Therefore, that expenditure cannot be recognized as an asset. So that expenditure is revenue expenditure. So computer repair and maintenance. Computer repair and maintenance. What is next? Profit on the sale of an office building. What is that? What is that? right? Profit of a sale of a office building. Now say office building cost is say 40 million. So after 2 years, right, 2 years depreciation will be charged. 2 years depreciation, say 40 million divided by 40 years into 2, so 2 million charge. Now this cost carrying value of this office building is 38 million, right? In this 40 million spent by the business, 2 million able recovered in 2 years profit, right? Balance 38 million we have to recover. For example, say this building is sell at 41 million. Now we have already recovered 2 million and we all now recovering 38 million through this sale and extra 1 million also we recover. So 3 million we make a profit. 38 million is a carrying value, 41 million a sale price, so 3 million profit. So this 3 million of income is we have to decide whether 3 million income is a capital income or revenue income. Capital income or revenue income. Very easy, right? Capital income means income that is earned other than the ordinary course of business. Ordinary course of business means income that is earned by not selling the inventory of the business. If any stock, trade stock sale done, that is called revenue income. Revenue income. Revenue income. Capital income. That's why in sale in the profit or loss also we can easily say revenue. Actually this is a revenue income. So if inventory sold, that is called revenue income. Other than any item sold and that is an income, profit, that is called capital income. So this is a capital income, right? So capital income will be shown under the other income. Not only the capital income, any income other than the ordinary course of business will be shown in other income. If any income by selling the inventory stayed of stock called sales revenue, so this is a other income, right? It is a first capital income, it classified under the other income. So this is capital income. Now take here capital income or revenue income. Question asks, classify whether following items are capital expenditure, revenue expenditure or income that is reflecting in the statement of financial position. So now we have learned 4 things now today, right? Capital income, revenue income, capital expense, revenue expense. Here reading the theory and by heart in the definition will not be understood because it's a financial accounting subject, practical subject. With a practical example, with a calculation, we can easily understand the definition. You should understand the meaning of the each item, right? Each technical items. Now it's a capital income. Now profit on disposal of office building. Profit on disposal of office building, otherwise we can say profit on sale of office building. You should use your brain, comprehensive knowledge in order to understand what type of transaction here, right? Capital income and revenue income come under the income. there are 5 financial statements elements: asset, liability, equity, income, expense. Expense also divided into 2: revenue expenditure or capital expenditure. Right? In management accounting, expense divided into 2: direct expense or indirect expense. Direct expense means charged to gross profit. Right? Revenue expenditure, indirect expense means charged to the net profit. Right? Here expenditure, capital expenditure, revenue expenditure. Revenue also divided into 2: revenue, capital revenue or capital income is divided into 2: capital income or revenue income. Now next one is revenue from sale by credit card. Revenue from sales by credit card. Customer came and purchasing the goods with the credit card. Customer coming and purchasing the trade of goods. So that should be revenue income. Credit card sale. There is no always a cash sale. Cash sale there. Credit sale there. When credit sales given, check will be released by the customer. Now credit card sales are very famous. Right? Now still not only the chartered institute, still many professional body does not focus on the credit card sale. Actually, if you are going to work in a one company, take a supermarket, Cargill Food City or Kiel Supercenter. If you go there, more than 75% of the sales are credit card or debit card. So how to recognize the card income in the financial statement should be explained to the students. Once you go to the working environment, you will understand. We haven't learned about this, how credit card sales comes. Right? If you want in your exam paper, you don't need this. If you really want, contact me. I will explain how you have to recognize. Right? For example, if sale is 100 rupees, say, so one customer giving the say NTB credit card. Now NTB credit card used and purchasing the 100 rupees worth of sale. Now card is given and entity will swipe the card and take the 100 rupees. Actually money will not come. So NTB bank will receive the 100 rupees from customer. Why? Customer using the credit card. Say this is 1st June 2021. Right? NTB bank will take this 100 rupees after 45 days. It will be July 15, 2022. So 45 days credit the customer will enjoy. Customer no need to make the money. Just giving the credit card. But once this swipe done, within a one day, NTB taking only 1 day to settle this. Right? Some banks are taking 0 day at the same time depositing. Right? Some banks are taking 2 days, 1 day, 1 week, depend on the bank. So NTB bank taking a 1 day. NTB will settle this amount, not 100 rupees. Settle only 95.5 rupees. 4.5 rupees will be NTB's commission. Now 100 rupees sales, actually the company will receive only 95.5 rupees. This is the main income of credit card companies. In worldwide, there are only 3 credit card companies are famous. First one is American Express, very expensive card. Second one is Visa. Third one is Master. These are the main 3 companies found in America, which have the copyrights, patent right of all the credit cards. Right? In Sri Lanka also, not every bank giving the American Express. NTB and Sampath Bank giving the American Express card facility. Right? HSBC giving the Visa. Visa, Master are all the bank using the Visa Master patent right. But American Express only took by the Sampath Bank. Recently Sampath Bank took, but before 6-7 years the American Express already took by the NTB. So this is how. So what is the double entry for this? What is the double entry for this? Don't we need to learn about this, because we have to learn, because practically we are using the credit card, my dear friends. Still this is not teach. No one is teaching this, right? Say once it's done, right, 100 rupees money not coming, debit to, this is extra knowledge I am giving to you, debit to receivable, 100 rupees, credit how much? Credit to sales 100 rupees. Now when credit card company giving the money, right, this is credit card receivable, credit card receivable, credit card receivable. If company wants, can use a different account, or otherwise can use the receivable account. So 100 rupees credit card we have to receive 100 rupees. When the money receive after 2 days, right, say already debit there, debit there, 100 rupees debit there. So when money comes debit to bank debit only 94.5 rupees, sorry, 95.5 rupees, right? Now credit card receivables, we will not deduct the 95.5, right, we will deduct the 100. So balance 4.5 percentage, right, 4.5. This is 4.5 I deducted because NTB charging 4.5 percentage on each sales, right, and HNB charging 2.4 percentage for each sales, right. Visa Master, this HSBC Global charging 3.5 percentage for each sales. So different companies, different bank using different rates. Based on these rates, company can decide whether we want this credit card facility or not, right. Now bank we debit 95.5, balance commission expense we will charge 4.5 rupees. Now actually our income, we should recognize the income 100,000, that is no doubt, and 4.5 rupees is the commission. So in a sales, under the sales, in a profit or loss, after this sales, credit card commission කියලා line එකක් add වෙනවා credit card use කරන companies. මේක අපි ඉගෙන ගන්නම නැහැ. ඕන A level එකකින් ඉගෙන ගන්නේ, EET ඉගෙන ගන්නේ, chartered එකකින් ඉගෙන ගන්න නැහැ. But practically we facing this. But actually these are practical things. Not only this, there are many practical things we cannot use our theory knowledge, because practical knowledge needed. That's why each and every level Chartered Institute emphasizing everyone to follow the practical training. You should follow at least the audit training or mercantile sector training. Please start to follow from now onwards. It's better to you in order to take the practical knowledge and use this theory knowledge as the practical things, right? Now that's why I want to give the good idea through the standards. Through standards also this explain, right? From the standard explanation we have to understand how we have to do this, right? If we charging debit commission expense means charging to the profit or loss. It means it's a revenue and expenditure, right? We will not recognize the non-current asset here. So it's applying the LKS 16, property, plant and equipment. This is the standard application. I think this is useful information to you, because when I have learned, no one has explained this. Once I become a accountant only, I understood these problems. That's why before becoming a chartered accountant, become an accountant. Somehow find out the accountant seat, right? Ask your boss, I am well enough, I'm good enough to enough in this financial accounting, I can do the financial reporting, please give a post of the accountant. Then your boss will give, right? Next one is the cost of new plant. Definitely it's a capital expenditure. Cost of new plant. Cost of new plant. Plant means machine, right? Property, plant and equipment. All the property. Property includes building and land. Plant includes all the machinery. Machinery means what? Machinery means any non-current asset which are involving in producing the finished good. Involving in producing the trading stock means machine. Right? Still many companies have a doubt, factory is machine or property. Some are recognizing factory as the building, some are recognizing factory as the machine. Factory is used to produce the finished goods. So we can use that as a plant. Recognize as the plant or recognize the building. If someone saying there's a building, if machine is not operated inside of the factory building, factory cost definitely there. So it's a building, right? So most of the time plant depreciation rate based on the time of the plant or output of the plant, the complex area. Forgot about that because complex areas are not coming to your syllabus. It may be in corporate level or strategic level. Okay, next one is customs duty charged on the plant when imported into the country. Yeah, when plant imported, custom duty charge. Sometimes custom duty may be 100%. If plant cost is 100 million, custom duty is 100 million. Definitely it should be a capital expenditure. Custom duty on plant. Customs duty on plant definitely is a capital expenditure, no doubt, right? Next, the cost of installing the new plant in the premises of the business. Until plant ready to use, right, it is not an asset for company. Until plant ready to use, right, that cost of the plant, all the cost of the plant until the plant should be ready to use will be recognized as the capital expenditure, right? So installation cost installation of the plant should be capital expenditure. Next one, the wages of machine operator. Machine operate කරන්න එකෙක් තියාගත්තා නම් ඒක asset නෑනේ. Monthly we have to pay for him. We will not recognize the asset. But install කරන්න කවුරු හරි use කරා නම් engineer කෙනෙක් ඇවිල්ලා එයා install කරා නම් ඒක installation charge. That will be cost. Right? We paying but should be capital expenditure. When operating the machine, operating the plant, that person will be the labor or staff. So that should be come under the administrative cost or come under the cost of sale, right? If machine operator, the labor cost, direct labor, we can charge to the cost of sale, right? Product cost. So E will be the revenue expenditure. Cost of labor charge. Here don't confuse, right? Direct labor, direct material, variable load, fixed production overheads. That 4 categories there, no? Direct labor, direct material, variable overheads and fixed overheads. These are recognized not to the profit or loss, recognized in the inventory. Recognize the inventory as a conversion cost. But now capital expenditure, revenue expenditure mix කරන්න එපා. ඉන්වෙන්ටරි එක වික්කා නම් ඉන්වෙන්ටරි කොස්ට් එක cost of sale එක revenue expenditure. ඉන්වෙන්ටරි එක වික්කා නම් විකුණලා හම්බ කරන සල්ලි sale revenue income එක. එතකොට ඉන්වෙන්ටරි එකට allocate කරන්න expenses ඔක්කොම අනිවාර්යෙන් අන්තිමට එන්නේ මේ cost of sale එකට. එතකොට ඒක revenue expenditure ද capital expenditure ද? Definitely revenue expenditure. That's the cost of the labor charge to operate in the machinery will be included as the direct labor charge in the inventory, right? Therefore that inventory will come to the cost of sale. That's why we saying revenue expenditure, right? Meaning is that, right? Next we will have to see how to recognize the cost of the non-current assets and the depreciation. With that the chapter will be end.
Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned with castudies.lk for more lectures online.